This is the first lecture of CBSE Pro YouTube channel. As I have promised, I have taken up the responsibility in order to make you understand each and every concept of CBSE class 10th. In that, when we come to science chapter 1, we have chemical reaction and equation. So we shall dive into the chapter and see what is the content. First we have daily life examples. Each and everyone, you can see there is the change, there is something newly formed. Milk is left at its room temperature during summers. The key point is it is left at room temperature. It is neither very hot nor very cold. Room temperature refers to 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. And why it is important is the bacterial reaction will take place only at these temperatures, in the room temperature I mean. If it is too cold, the bacteria cannot survive. If it's too hot, the bacteria cannot survive. An iron tawa or a pan or a nail exposed to humid atmosphere, iron Fe2 plus and oxygen O2 minus, when these two react they produce iron oxide, right? Grapes get fermented. This is an example of formation of this one, wine. And food is cooked and we respire and everything. These all are an examples of chemical reaction. In all the above situations, the nature and identity of the initial substance have somewhat changed. We have already learned about physical and chemical changes. What is the physical change and what is the chemical change we have learned. If there is the chemical change, and that chemical change will be called as the chemical reaction. And if you want me to define the chemical reaction is when two or more substances react, and produce one or more new substance. An example for the chemical reaction which is given in your book is this one. Burning of magnesium ribbon. Okay, what is magnesium ribbon? Is made up of magnesium, a strip of a magnesium you can say. When you take magnesium and burn it in the Bunsen burner, it will fall into white piece of papers. It will burn very brightly and fall into piece of papers. And here there is new substance. From what it is, you will say that what is new substance form here? Is then burning of wood also a chemical reaction? Yes, it is, of course. Because the wood reacts with oxygen. Here magnesium has reacted with oxygen. Burning in the sense refers to reaction with oxygen. This is very important and I've taken around 10 weeks to understand when I was 10th. Burning of oxygen refers to reaction with oxygen. This magnesium when reacted with the oxygen forms magnesium oxide. If you want to see the reaction, it is in the next page. And this observation of burning a magnesium ribbon may be asked. Magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling white flame and changes into white powder. Strip changes into the white powder. Magnesium, first it was magnesium, reacted with oxygen, formed magnesium oxide. And how can you determine that a chemical reaction has taken place, right? There must be something which is noticeable. What must be your observation? The observations are when the chemical reaction takes place, there is change in the state. Solid becomes liquid or liquid becomes gas or gas becomes solid. Something there is change in the state. Change in phase also you can say. Change, and I'll apply all this to the single chemical reaction and it's going to explain you. Change in color also. Color gets changed Okay, when substances react with each other, their color also gets changed. Evolution of gas is also evolved. Change in temperature, temperature also gets changed. For this, for better explanation of change in temperature, you can take consideration of exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions which include evolution of heat energy or heat, endothermic absorption of heat energy, right? Change in state. The first example we shall apply to this burning of magnesium ribbon only. What was magnesium first? It was a solid strip, right? Now it has become powdery substance. Powdery substance, you can say it is semi-solid, right? Change in state has taken place. Change in color also. What was the first color of magnesium? It will be like a slightly orange in color. Now it has changed to white powder substance. Evolution of gas. For evolution of gas, you can take the example of this one. When you add dilute hydrochloric acid to zinc, it will produce hydrogen gas. The reaction for this is Zn plus HCl gives ZnCl2 plus H2. H2 hydrogen is evolved. H2 in the sense hydrogen is evolved. This one also over change in evolution of gas and change in temperature. We have multiple type of reaction which include either evolution of gas and also in addition to this we have some types of reactions which include evolution of heat energy, that is evolution of heat and absorption of heat too. As I've already said, change in temperature depends on it is whether exothermic or endothermic. Exothermic means it will give out the heat energy. Endothermic means it will absorb the heat energy. If heat energy is given out, the temperature reduces. If heat energy is given out, this is very important. If heat energy is given out, okay, so it's given to the surrounding, the temperature of the substance will reduce, not of the surrounding. Temperature of the substance will reduce, that is which has given out the heat energy. If it is an endothermic reaction, the temperature substance temperature is going to increase. Temperature of that substance which is going to react will increase if it is an endothermic reaction, that is which involves or which needs the heat energy. Next concept is, I hope chemical reaction or chemical change is clear to everybody. Chemical equation. What is chemical equation then? Previously we have discussed burning of magnesium ribbon. What is magnesium Mg and what is